Good morning, it's Barbara. I'm showing you we're getting tiny bit of snow. Because when I do it like this, it looks like a blizzard and it is not a blizzard. Good morning. Dennis made me a cappuccino. Thank you for joining me for coffee in my room without my intro. That's because I have a sore throat and I'm in quarantine again. Till we figure out if I have COVID. I tested negative for COVID this morning, but my sore throat started last night the same way as when I had COVID, postnasal drip. This morning I woke up with a sore throat and I'm in quarantine. At least for a couple of days. People aren't testing for positive for COVID for a few days after they have their symptoms, and so when I had COVID was in August, and Aura didn't live with us, so, and the girls were here because I brought them up from Florida on the train. Those of you who've been around a while know. So I stayed in my bedroom and bathroom. Dennis used the guest room, and the girls were in another guest room. But we don't have guest rooms anymore. Aura has those rooms for her apartment. And it was August, so I could spend a lot of time on the deck. It's not August. It's snowing, only a little bit, not as much as it looks. Aura has the guest rooms, although when we have somebody sleeping over, we do take her sitting room. But, you know, I slept with Dennis last night, so he's afraid that he may be sick. So he doesn't want to sleep in her room till he's sure of the situation. So he'll be sleeping on the couch. I did put a mask on a few minutes ago and went downstairs and gathered a bunch of stuff. And since he's not planning on using this room, I can use this room too. So I can use my craft room, and I have my bedroom and the bathroom. He's got a fan blowing out, so I have negative pressure in my bedroom. We're doing what we can. We really don't want Aura to get sick. I'm right now thinking I got this from my sister-in-law, Kim. She came over on Monday. She was only in the house for less than an hour total. She picked her mother up, took her down to her cousin's, and brought her back and stayed for only a few minutes. But the next day she texted me and said, keep an eye on Mom because I have a sore throat and a fever. That was on Tuesday. So I'm guessing that I got my sore throat, no fever at the moment. Well, I checked it last night. I haven't checked it today. But I don't feel feverish. So I'm assuming I got it from her. It's possible I got it at the concert on Sunday night. I was wearing a mask the whole time I was indoors. There were only 4 other people wearing masks in the whole place. There were probably 200 people there. Would be very ironic if I got COVID from there. I just texted Allison to ask her if she has a sore throat because she was with me in the car and I was not masked in the car. And she didn't wear a mask. So if I got it at the concert, it's, you know, wouldn't be unreasonable to think that she might have a sore throat as well. But I'm pretty sure I got it from Kim on Monday. This is my sister-in-law, Kim, not my friend Kim, who lives in Florida and whose hat is on the way. It is a little frustrating, though, because I have been so good with the masking, and I have people in my life who have COVID currently or recently. I mean, one friend was on a Caribbean cruise and got COVID, but at least she got a cruise. The other friends, a couple went on a river cruise in Portugal. And he was trying to figure out if she should go to the hospital in Portugal or could she get home. She took 19 days to test negative. Did I tell you that already? But at least they got a river cruise in Portugal. Of course, I got a beautiful concert on Sunday night, if that's where I got it. I don't know. But those other people weren't masking. Anyway, it doesn't seem fair, but the reality is it's a virus. There's no fairness in virus. Ugh. Anyway, Dennis, lovely man, made me a cappuccino. And in my gatherings, I gathered my Advents. So this is the pattern I'm knitting with my Advents. Full of Minnie's Hat by Barbara Naluko, aka Knitting I Love. I am so happy with my hat. I'll show you my hat. I have moved it to this beautiful bag that I got from Lisa. It's a more appropriate size. And here is my hat. I did 2 welts yesterday. I did yesterday's botanical yarns, day 6, and I did the dark yak from Megan. While I'm here with all my knitting stuff, I will find some ends for my needles because they need it. So anyway, and I wove in my ends. I'm weaving in the ends as I go, taking care of the ends as I go, but I had some at the beginning and I fixed those up. So isn't this looking gorgeous? I'm very, very excited. So let's see what today brings in terms of more colors, since I'm going to be in my bedroom and in here a lot. I brought the stuff to make my Christmas cards. I need to make Christmas cards. I can do that in here because I have a sore throat, but otherwise I feel okay. The other thing that's in here is my penguano. I think I'm over halfway through that penguano, and I knit it when I had COVID last year in August. So I'm thinking maybe it's my COVID sweater. Day 7. Sparkle. Oh, Megan says TY means that yak. I want to keep reading it. TY. Ooh. Ooh. Very beautiful. Oh, you know what? That color is pretty close. Oops. All of a sudden I'm darker. I could put a light on. Maybe I need to put the light on. Hold on. I can pause you at least. That might be better. Anyway, here it is. And that looks actually pretty close. And I get 2 yarns today. This is the sock weight. So this is the Stellina. Very, very, very little sparkle showing for me. I don't know if you saw more of that. This is the sock weight, Superwash Merino. And she's so cute. She's got labels. Little tiny labels for her minis. Auntie Nana NZ. You can find her as that on Instagram. Oh, and you'll have to look on her Instagram to see what I gave her today, because I can't edit this because then I have to go in Dennis's office, and I'm not taking my germy face into his office. So this is the regular sock. I guess it's kind of close. These two are very similar in their coloring. These are all from the same dye pot. This one is the Donegal tweed. I left all my other ones downstairs. I can only bring so much. Can you even see? The Donegal tweed is a little bit different. It's hard to describe. A little bit more dark tones. These are a little bit brighter. So what I did with my hat, I I will discuss that with you after I open my botanical yarn. See what I got with that. According to Carol, she watches another podcaster who also got botanical yarn, and her yarn situation was the same as mine. I did get a pattern, which I haven't printed out, a pattern from Botanical Yarn, which is a cowl. Oops, excuse me. And it's a long cowl, and it shows two different stitch patterns in, I just read it a little bit on my phone when I got it, just to see what the pattern was. It looks interesting. It has, panels of stitch and panels, some stitch, I forget which one, and then plain. And so it looked interesting, but the interesting thing about it was it had 48 stripes, essentially, which tells me that I'm assuming that they're expecting us to use less than half or less for each of the stripes and to repeat the stripes. But it's a bit unusual as an Advent pattern, because typically you would, when you got done with your Advent, you'd be done with your project. But that wouldn't be the case with 48 panels, because in theory you're starting over at the beginning again. So you wouldn't be done on December 24th, which is fine. And it's very possible that I will make that cowl, because I am into cowls these days. And it did look a little interesting, but I haven't I lost my train of thought, because Allison just answered me and said that she's fine, but Jason isn't feeling well. Well, I hugged him a couple times. I don't know. I find it hard to believe that I got this at the concert when I was so careful. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, it sounded like an interesting cowl, so it's very possible that I will make it, because I am into cowls. And I'm going to have lots of leftovers, and if I don't care if it's done on the 24th, then fine, because I have my hat. All right, let me see what I got for day 7 from Botanical Yarn. I don't have yesterday's yarn here with me, but boy, it looks a lot like yesterday. I don't know if we'll be able to tell anything, because this is yesterday's yarn and this is today's yarn. With that little bit of yellow. It's possible these are two different colors. If they are, it is so subtle. So subtle. I did go back and look at the listing for this. And I don't remember seeing any indication that this Advent was specifically designed to be a mystery knit along, and that they gave you what you needed to do this mystery knit along. They build it like an Advent calendar. And I ain't gonna lie. So far, I am not impressed. The yarn is beautiful. The yarn is beautiful. And so I have 40 grams of this beautiful color, although I think these welts take about 5 grams. So I will have lots of this yarn when I think about what I want to do. But unlike Megan, who's doing a dyeing experiment that I get to play with, this is just duplicate colors as far as I'm concerned. I'm so glad I have Megan And maybe maybe I'll just do myself a favor and start intermingling the polka dot 12 Days of Christmas that I got. Yeah, I think I'm going to open the polka dot 12 Days of Christmas tomorrow. Just to give me some new colors for my hat. But I think I'm going to put the sparkle version of this next. I had thought that I might, you know, I did every other gray here and then red, and I was thinking I would do then I do every other red, you know, and kind of like steps like that. But then as I was putting this light green or whatever this is, seafoam green, next to the pink, I wasn't sure I was going to like it. I actually like it in the hat. I think it goes great. But I realized I didn't want to put another red on the other side. So that's when I did the dark gray, which looks very different than the other grays. And maybe I'll do... Did I get... Now I don't remember if I've opened the yak version of this or not. I think I did, but it's downstairs. I think I might put the yak version of the red next, which will also be a little bit on the dark side, and then go from there. But I was able to do 2 welts yesterday. So I'm not, you know, like super anxious to do a welt with a color just because I have it in my hand. I mean, I think that would be beautiful, but I think I want to put the darker one and save this one for a little later when it's a little further away from that pink I already put in. Okay, well, I am really tickled with my hat, how it's coming. And thank you, Megan. Thank you, Megan. I'm so excited. I love, love, love this color. And I like this color. It's the same as yesterday. Very strange. I find it very, very strange. And I'm now keeping it in my beautiful bag from Lisa. Thank you again, Lisa. From My Cottage Nog. I'll let you look at it and you can decide what it says. It's something Irish. Okay, so yesterday oh my gosh, we're already at 18 minutes. Yesterday I did some stuff that wasn't on my list, and Dennis told me that I should put it on my list. It should have been on my list, and then I could cross it off. So I got permission to put it on the list and then cross it off, which I forgot to bring my list in this bag of stuff. I'm going to empty my bag and then maybe make another run. Or I'm going to just put a list of things that I want and just text it to Dennis, and he can come and deposit it outside my door. I am not a happy camper being quarantined again. But I am going to go spray my throat because it is sore. But I'm glad Allison's okay, but I'm sorry to hear Jason isn't feeling well. I didn't see the whole text. It just went across the top. Anyway, Dennis reports that Aura does not have a sore throat and she's feeling fine. He doesn't either, and that's what we're going for. That's what we're going for. And who knows? I might work on my penguinum some more. You know, silver lining. So I have my laptop, I have my art supplies, and I want to make my, some Christmas cards. So... And since Dennis is not going to be using my room, I have access to both of these rooms. So that's nice, because sometimes you just don't want to be sitting in bed. It could just be a sore throat. We shall see. I did test myself this morning. I did test negative, but it's very common to test negative for a couple of days while you have symptoms. So if I'm still feeling sick day after tomorrow, well, if I'm not feeling sick tomorrow, then I'm going to test again tomorrow, and then we'll reevaluate. If I'm still feeling sick on day 3, I'm not going to test tomorrow if I have symptoms. I'll test on the morning of day 3. If I don't have symptoms, then I will test, and maybe I will only have 1 day of quarantine. It gets complicated, but anyway. But I had COVID last year, and undoubtedly my immune system got jacked. And what can you do? But I haven't lost my sense of smell or taste. I just have a sore throat, although I do need to get the thermometer and make sure I don't have a fever. And take it easy. So annoying. So, I don't know how you take good care of yourself, but I'll tell you the truth. I don't know how to do that, because I thought I was doing that too. So, I don't know what to tell you. But meanwhile, I'll just keep trying. All I can do is keep trying. And hope you're doing well and everybody's feeling better. And please, please, please stay safe and stay safe.